But how's he going to get a hold of them now?
We can ask. I mean, it is his property after all. Oh, Princess, you're here. Sorry we're late.
Why, the princess is gracing us with her presence.
Parfait said a few days ago she had something to discuss with me, so here I am.
And let's get straight to it, shall we?
She plops down on one of the chairs, and Parfait sits down gracefully beside hers. Princess, the other day you asked me about my responsibility, and briefly about the TB bearer.
I did, but what does that have to do with me?
It has everything to do with you, because when it comes to that second inquiry, the answer is right here.
Delora points at me. I stare at her, not comprehending. Princess, the bearer to the Crystallum Tenebrarum is you.
What?
I'm not able to feel shocked, just confusion.
But how do I have anything to do with these crystals?
See, I told you she'd be confused.
It's because we started backwards. I'm sorry, Princess.
I don't understand.
You remember the story I told you about the crystals, Princess? For a time, the crystals were in complete balance. Even the witches who drew on the negative energy were respected. Then one day, Hans wrote the fairy tales. Witches were suddenly painted as villains. Humans attacked the witches, trying to drive them out. Their leader, who just so happened to be my best friend, was hard-pressed to try to keep the peace. She was the original bearer of the crystal. Your mother. Anyways, but as witches were killed and thrown out, she found her patience wearing thin. She killed a human, the ultimate taboo.
Oh, she killed a woman, the ultimate taboo. And there was nothing we could do but try to stop her.
This bearer, the leader of the witches and the bearer of the Crystallum TB, is someone you know. Or someone you knew.
She erased all your memories. Made you think that the fairy tales were evil, that humans were terrible.
I feel something dark stirring inside of me. A sharp pain cuts through my heart, making it hard to breathe. The previous bearer of the crystal was your mother, Princess. Hildur, the leader of the witches.
That is impossible. Mother was not a witch.
But she was. The strongest of them all. Kish, what's up?
Where were you all day? I missed you. I'm sorry, I was really busy the other days.
When she died, she kept some of her powers sealed within the crystal, which is why it still allows the fairy tale curse to be spread.
What kind of lie is this? I can't use magic, and Mother never told me she was a witch. She would have told me.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I assure you, Princess, we wouldn't lie to you ever about something like this. As impossible as it seems, you are still a witch.
Your power won't manifest until you're 18, and at that time, you'll inherit control of the crystal. Since your birthday is soon, this was the last chance we had to teach you goodness. Oh, okay.
Your mother's been shielding you from it for so long. We trusted you were different from her, and you are.
But Mother was the only one who ever loved me.
She stole away your memories and made you hate the world.
Delora.
She was fostering a hatred for you, making you just like her.
You don't know anything about my mom.
I stand up, rage coiling inside of me like a snake. Lucette, I know a lot about her. More than you will ever know.
No.
The truth is hard, Princess, but eventually we all have to face it.
Hildur was my beloved friend. Facing her with a heart was the hardest thing I've ever done. We only want to help you.
Well, you're not very good at it.
I turn on my heels and storm out of the room. I feel that there's more to what Delora and Parfait wanted to say to me, but I cannot stand to hear it right now. I walk into the clearing and sit against the tree, furiously rubbing at my eyes as I try to clear my dangerously watery eyes.
Showing emotion is weak.
I sit there for a long time in the clearing, trying to calm myself. My thoughts spin wildly out of control. Princess? Why is he here? I see him out of the corner of my eyes, standing between two trees, his eyebrows knit together with worry.
What? You were listening?
Listening? No, I just came to look for you in your room. And when I came downstairs, Parfait told me you had run out into the forest. Oh, okay. May I sit next to you? I say nothing as he walks over to me. He sits down beside me, his hands resting on his knees as he looks up at the canopies of the trees. Thank you for today, Princess, for coming after me and trying to make things right.
I'm not in the mood to talk about this right now. My thoughts are too scrambled.
Sometimes truths are hard.
How do you know it was the truth?
A feeling. 'Cause it's fun. And I need to catch up. Trusting people is hard sometimes, I understand. I mean, why should I read the title? He looks at me, and his eyes seem to glimmer softly in moonlight. Would you like someone to listen to your problems, Princess? Yeah, talk. Because YOLO! Goddamn. That's a stupid answer. Anyways, I rub at my eyes as Rumpel looks at me with a quiet smile.
He could be talking about his own problems, but instead he's trying to comfort me. Parfait and Delora told me about something they were keeping hidden from me. They told me about something about Mother.
Well, they kept it hidden because you would never listen to them if you were what you were, like, I guess 3 months ago.
And it does not make any sense to me because everything they had said makes her a villain.
Even villains are often misunderstood or have trying circumstances. Rumpel slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. I sit up straight and stare at him, my eyes wide. Rumpel stares at me, or smiles at me, a slow, soft smile that crinkles the edges of his eyes. Seeing such a beautiful lady close to tears makes my heart break, you know. But if you ever need to cry, you should. Tears aren't weakness, they're just a form of expression, and even the strongest of us cry.
I'm not gonna cry.
My mind reels, and then starts to feel fuzzy. Definitely the Ice Princess. Definitely the Ice Princess. The title startles me out of my thoughts. I stare at him pointedly, beginning to grimace, but Rumpel just smiles. I always thought it was a delicate name, suitable for a strong and beautiful woman. Seeing you like this, it makes me realize that name suits you.
Perhaps if everyone else meant it that way, it would not be a terrible title.
Rumpel slowly takes his hand away and smiles, though he insists on hearing me out. I insist on the opposite. For now, I want to keep what I discussed with Parfait and Delora to myself. I still need time to process it. For tonight, I just want to forget the conversation ever happened. For some time, the two of us are silent. There are no words exchanged between the two of us, but the silence is comfortable. Then, eventually, Rumpel puts a hand on my shoulder. Things will work out, Princess.
I hope so.
I stand and excuse myself.
Good night, Rumpel.
I turn and walk away. Good night, my sweet princess. God, it's really hard to read in several voices in one take. Muddled trust, so good. Oh good, drama. And you, my little sunflower, are just as radiant as always. Oh, Rumpel.
It's like that whole thing with Brian never happened. He's back to flattering every woman he meets.
Overthinking again, princess? I turn to see Karma grinning at me from where he sits at a table. Surprisingly, he is sitting with Urian and Garland today, who are arguing about something... about some kind of nightstands. I should really edit that.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, I should probably edit that. Hold on. Quick minute. You can skip ahead if you want. If you're watching this on YouTube. Dashboard. Okay. Editing. No, that's not it. Nope. Come on. Refresh. Okay. Oh, well, something went wrong. Anyways. No, it's not, but you have such a sad look on your face, I had to ask. What? What? Oh. Oh, I thought I clicked over it. Anyways, oh, permitted terms. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not it. Here it is, block terms. Okay, this word, this word, this word. What's that word? Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, I just added a setting for the stream in Twitch to ban a couple of words that I really don't like saying. So if the word pops up, hopefully it'll be automatically muted.
I'd appreciate you not staring at my face.
I don't need to stare at your face when you're in distress. He's totally gay. Nah, you gotta see the... He has a story why he cross-dresses. I turn on my heels and begin to walk away irritated. Yeah, all the males in this game are straight. Believe it or not. Even when I am among other people, it is impossible to forget the conversation I had with Parfait and Delora. It hovers at the back of my mind constantly.
We have not spoken again since Yen. Yet, even now, I'm still taking in what they told me before. My mom, the TB bear, and me, a witch. The real reason others have always feared me is because of my blood.
I suppress a sigh as I attempt to return to my work. I'll read a little slowly now. As the days go by, I notice myself becoming more and more agitated. Half of it is the recent history lesson, and the other half is Rumpel's flirting with the other women. Jealousy.
How can he just snap at my finger? How can he just snap his fingers and get over Bria so quickly? If he flatters every woman, Does that mean he does not really mean the things he says to me?
It's true. Compliments lose value very quickly if you just keep using them every single hour. I gather the plates off the counter, put them away on the tray, and take them to the customers. Today, everything feels mechanical. For the last few days, I've been noticing that I am walking more stiffly and that I walk too quickly. My vision blurs.
Probably because of my overthinking.
I stumble as I bring a tray to a familiar customer. The man looks up at me and then asks if I am okay, and I murmur that I am before walking off. The blurriness comes back.
What is wrong with me?
I look over at Rumpel, who is at a table with two girls because his shift is over. Rather than boil over in the inside, I feel myself getting warmer on the outside.
My skin feels clammy.
I have to force myself to take a breath as I get the next round of orders. My last order for the day is for one of the girls at Rumpel's table. Oh, is she getting sick?
I don't want to go over there.
I start carrying the tray toward the table, biting down on my lip as a sway comes back into my step. As I draw closer, I notice Rumpel and the girls laughing about something. I grip my teeth and pause in front of them to lay down the tray. This isn't mine, it's my friend's. Yes, this is mine who ordered the soup. The two stare at me. Instead of handing the soup off, they wait for me to move the bowl. But before I can reach over and move it, Rumpel slides it over to the girl himself. For a few moments, there's a fragment of a scowl on his face. How are you doing, my sweet princess? When I think about speaking, the words catch feebly in my throat. I turn to walk off. Princess?
She's cold at ice.
The title, Ice Princess, definitely suits her. How are you gonna dote on her, Rumpel? Despite the numbness of my mind, I still feel angry. I turn around so quickly that I make myself stumble. I feel myself teetering on the edge of falling, but something stops me. Warm hands reach out to grab mine before I can fall. Through my dizziness, I can see Rumpel standing in front of me. Princess, look at me. He puts a hand under my chin and angles my head so I can see him better. The expression on his face is suddenly serious. He looks at me for a few moments before he places a hand on my forehead. Princess, you have a fever. A really high fever, actually. You should probably go back to your room and rest. I'll drop by these medication in a few moments after I say goodbye to these ladies.
I'm fine.
My voice comes out hoarse. Trying to clear my throat only makes me feel more miserable. Princess, you are not fine. You look like you're about to collapse.
I will not collapse. I am stronger than that. Mother taught me how to be strong. Mother.
My thoughts become scrambled. Once again, my mind wanders, but this time I cannot keep myself steady as I try to walk away. Putting one foot in front of the other proves to be too difficult, and I once again feel myself start to stumble. Then I feel warmth, this time arms instead of hands. Sweet little princess, what am I going to do with you? This is a first. Before I can understand what is happening, I am lifted off my feet. I feel an arm supporting my back and another supporting me beneath the crook of my knees. Warmth.
Warmth. Such a nice warmth.
You really are stubborn, aren't you, Princess Lucette? I guess I'll have to carry you up myself.
Lean. My body is so weak anyway. Even if I wanted to struggle, I would not be able to do so.
I slowly lean my head against his chest. Princess, you can see that you need help.
No.
Still so stubborn. There's an instinctive how do you say that? There's an indistinctive murmuring behind them that probably belongs to the girls. Rumpel responds to them in a low voice. Stubborn she may be, but my sweet princess is stronger than any other woman I've ever known.
So warm.
Ah, but not as warm as you are right now, princess. His voice slowly fades as I close my eyes. For a time being, I stop caring about everything else around me. I forget about Mother, about my talk with Delora and Parfait, about the crystal, the Martian, and I focus on Rumpel.
Is it so selfish to want to be the only person held by, like...
Oh my god, this sentence.
Is it so selfish to want to be the only person held like this by him?
Oh my god, this sentence sucks.
Even when he is engaged to someone before?
Slumber slowly reaches up to claim me, darkness intermingling with warmth. In the last moment, I think I see Rumpel smile at me. That's a pretty good drawing. Anyways,
Mother, I have to tell you about the fairy tale that the children read to me today.
Lucy, what did I tell you about the fairy tales?
But there was a princess just like me. She found her Prince Charming and...
Fairy tales are not real.
But they make really good stories, Mother.
They are false stories. Do you really think it'd be so easy to live happily ever after?
No, but...
Fairy tales make things black and white. Real life is full of grays.
Black and white?
Good and evil. No one is totally evil, and no one is totally good. Even princes are not completely just.
So princes and princesses can be bad?
Lucia, everyone has darkness to them. The princes that throw themselves into danger are not selfless. They seek wealth, fame, or power. You see, fairy tales are lies because no one is so selfless and so full of love. People are two-faced. Trust no one.
Yes, Mother.
No one will love you like I do. To find pure love like that is impossible. Question of the day. Do you believe in OTPs in real life? One true pairings? Or do you believe there are several OTPs existing in the world? I believe in the latter because I don't believe I don't believe that there is a single one true love. Statistically, I believe there are several, maybe several hundreds one true loves. Anyways, back to the story. I slowly blink my eyes open for a few moments. The room is blurry and there's nothing but vivid colors before my eyes. My eyes feel heavy, my throat scratchy. I stifle a cough as I blink back tears, and then through my tears I notice a slight motion.
Rumpel?
Rumpel is slumped in a chair in front of my bed, his head lolled to the... Lolled? I've never seen that word before. Lulled to the side, his eyes closed. He murmurs something in his sleep and then shifts.
What is he doing here?
I notice a notebook on his lap.
And what is that journal?
I slowly slide my hand out from underneath the covers and reach across the bread. Right as my fingers are about to brush the cover, Rumpel's hand suddenly falls on mine. Looks like you're feeling better. He pulls his hand away along with the book, but before carefully setting my hand back down on the covers. At least you look better, but how do you feel?
Better.
Rumpel looks tired, but a smile is still there. Oh, I won't believe it until I see it. That rhymes.
You just said I looked better.
That's my own analysis, but you, my sweet princess, don't sound very convinced.
My throat is still sore, and I think if I stood up I would fall over. Why do you look so surprised?
You would usually never admit to such a thing, would you? You're still most definitely sick. Rumpel leans forward to put a hand on my forehead. His hand is cool on my hot skin. Our eyes lock as he tests my temperature. After a few moments, he finally peels his eyes away from me and sits back in his chair. Your temperature is down, but you definitely need rest, princess. You should go back to sleep.
And what? Will you just sit there and watch me? You creep?
The words come out curter than I mean them to, and for a few moments Rumpel looks surprised. Then he laughs. Princess, I haven't been just staring at you. I've been writing in my journal too. You have such a scary look on your face. Not that it isn't enticing, but I think your smiles are much better. I sigh as I close my eyes for a few moments. I fight to keep my scrambled thoughts together, but one thought in particular keeps resurfacing. For some reason, I cannot help but remember the snide woman standing by Rumpel's side, jeering at me earlier. I open my eyes and look at Rumpel.
Those women from earlier.
Oh, right. I apologize for their impoliteness. The things they said to you were uncalled for, and I told them that.
You flirt with women like that all the time. But why? They're not even good people.
Not good people? Well, I suppose they act differently when you're there. Princess Lucette, you're blind to their jealousy, aren't you?
They're jealous of me? Why?
My mind turns over what they could possibly be jealous about me. As my eyes fall on Rumpel, I remember the way he defended me to their women.
Is it because you're my partner?
It's a lot more than that. It's your grace, the noble way you carry yourself. Lies.
They would never think I have those qualities.
But where else would their jealousy stem from?
They're just jealous that I take your attention away from them.
I think that's exactly it. For this, Princess, I think you're...
Even if they were nice people, I do not see how you can flirt with them when you were just recently in love with someone else.
Normally, I would stop talking, but the words continued tumbling out of my...
I do not understand how someone like you would have a fiancé could be still flirting with girls.
Oh shit, that's what happened! Oh, he was flirting with other girls while he had the fiancé, and that's why she cheated on him. Oh, it's because he was the cheater first. Welp. I think I figured it out.
How can you love someone if all you do is flirt with other girls? Flattery is one thing, but you cannot just flatter every girl. Why are you still smiling at me?
I may not remember a lot of things, Princess, but I know for certain that whatever feelings I had for Bria vanished a long time ago. The good ones, at least.
Rumpel.
The words break up as I start coughing. Don't rile yourself up over this. Please rest. I slowly lean back into my pillows with my eyes half closed.
Why do you even care about what Rumpel does? Why does it bother me that he flirts with other girls? That's his business.
Rumpel pulls the covers closer to my chin and smiles. Just because I flatter other women does not mean that I can't love someone. I don't know. Yeah, he's a total dick. I agree, Kish.
You always say some woman has stolen your heart, but your heart cannot belong to everyone.
Oh, Lucette with the truth bombs. Damn.
Yeah, you told me you always speak the truth.
Damn. Maybe that in itself is a little white lie. Just some harmless dramatics. But most girls know that I'm being dramatic, Princess. They don't take my words so seriously, even if I do mean my compliments. He stares at me for a few moments thoughtful. Does it bother you so much that I compliment other girls? Actually, yeah. If I was in a relationship and my girlfriend kept flirting with other guys, I would probably... I mean, the first couple times I'd probably pass it off. But after, like, if she kept doing it over and over again, like, after a week, then I'd be a little pissed.
Of course not.
You lie! Though it is difficult to hold my tongue, I will do it for you, Princess. So don't worry. I don't think it will happen. Once this becomes a habit, it's gonna keep happening.
Why would he do something like that for me?
Kind of like smoking. it becomes an addiction. My eyes are suddenly so heavy I have no choice to close them as I let out a deep sigh. I'd break up with her? Yeah. My head is beginning to hurt again. Behind my closed eyelids, I can hear a soft shuffle as Rumpel moves in his chair. Right before I fall back into darkness of sleep, I feel something warm and soft on my forehead.
Rumpel?
A goodnight kiss. His words are quiet, and I can only just barely make them out. I cannot think on them because the pull of sleep is much too tempting. Slowly understanding his character now.